just piggybacking off the other video I've just done, there's something that I've used in the past. There's two tests that I usually do, and I do it infrequently, but you know, just a test, because you have to reassess the relationships you have around you, whether it's your work relationships, whether it's your home life within your own immediate family and then extended family, whether it's in your friend groups, whether just wherever, you have to always reassess. Okay, even if you got, I don't know, a business, you have to reassess. You know, you always have to reassess the position you're in to make sure you get the best footing for the next step. So I use the dirty house test in some ways, and I call it this because you can tell a lot from how people deal with you in a certain manner. So the best way to deal with this is, if you have like OCD and all of a sudden your house gets dirty and the people around you see that, and all they can do is talk about it, pass it through the grapevine, I don't know, just sit there and watch you and not help you. You can gain their mindset, especially about you, just from their actions. So you can, how can I put this? You can then reassess the level of effort you give in that relationship, because at the end of the day, people's feelings change and they either elevate or degenerate. So you have to always understand that that's, even with you yourself, your position will change in other people's lives. So if you can understand that, you must also understand that it works both ways. You know, you have to understand that if someone was treating you good and then eventually they're treating you bad, you have to make it a point to tell yourself that this is the stage we're at and this is what I should be contributing emotionally, physically, financially, whateverly, right? So the dirty home test helps a lot, and especially with like new friends, and I wouldn't say new friends, like brand new, but I would definitely say fairly new, especially if you're going into new friend groups, if you're wanting to test loyalties as well, because you can see that, all right, if I've brought Stacey into my house and Stacey's the only one that's seen my house, then it's a mess, and it goes back to work and everyone's got something to say. I know A, Stacey can't keep a secret. B, Stacey doesn't have my best interests at heart. You know, it's those type of things. You can see that, okay, also Stacey ain't gonna be there for me. If I had a mental breakdown, Stacey isn't gonna be there. Stacey's only there for the gossip, or Stacey's only there because she wants a night out with me. Stacey's only there for whatever the use is for her, right? Or, you know, Bob, whoever. I'm just throwing it out there. The dirty house test really does show a lot. Another test I just do as well, or I have come across in others as well, is the lack of contact. Meaning, if someone consistently contacts you via social medias rather than a telephone call or physical contact, as in going out for a drink or a meal or playing a bit of pool or something, it shows. So when you can go no contact, meaning, I don't know, break your phone or your phone breaks, or I don't know, what's the other one, where you just take yourself away from the environment. So like if you were colleagues and you worked with each other all the time, and then you choose not to really affiliate with each other after, but maintain contact, then you can kind of tell, you know. Or what else would it be? It's just like something loosely along those lines. You could use that and run with it. There's a lot of things that you can do to see where you stand with people, not in a negative way. You don't have to go and kick off and have arguments with them after. You can just get on with your day and know your place, because knowing your place in life sometimes is the best thing you can do. You don't overreach, you don't overgive, you don't You don't allow yourself to be emotionally swept up into certain things because you know your place with them. You know how to maneuver your life. It's just like if you was once married and you're now divorced, that's now your ex-husband. You shouldn't be going round for meals every day. Or if you just got married, you shouldn't be going for meals at your baby mother's house or your ex-girlfriend's house or whatever the weather, your bestie's house every minute. Because in the Bible it says once you get married you cleave to your wife and everyone else comes second. Do you understand? And I don't mean that in a sexual manner, I mean that in a family manner, in a priority manner. It's those type of things where you can decipher how people treat you, where people perceive you. And one more is a question one where you can ask someone, so what are the priorities in your life? And if they ask you, especially if you're their partner, right, if you say I said to my ex for a reason, or my partner, my hypothetical partner, so babes, tell me what's so important, what are the top 10 important things to you? This is a question you would ask after dating for a little while, I don't know, a few months, a few years, whatnot. And they say to you, oh Adam, my work, my job, my money, my hobbies, my kids, my investments, my friends, you. When you can say that you're number 5 or 10 on the list, you're not high up in their priority list, or that even their friendships, even in colleagues, like who's your top 10 you would want to work with on shift, then you can see, do you know what I mean? You can gauge things, you can gauge your stance, and you don't have to become angry or bitter or lash out about it. It's just about them knowing that I'm only going to apply this much effort, X amount of effort, for what is deserving of that stance. Do you understand? Because overplaying your hand, overusing your energies, your intellect, your time is something we do not get back. Some of us are on a time frame. Do you understand? So it's like you cannot keep wasting time on things that isn't gonna value you as an individual later on in life. You have to allow it to dissipate, or if it's something that does value you, you are meant to put in all the effort then. But the in between, you know, you must always know where you stand, and when you don't know where you stand, that's when things become an issue, and it doesn't pan out well, you know. It doesn't really pan out well. So like, share and subscribe, and try these things out. Tell me how you feel about it, if you want to, or if you don't, if you think it's useless, if you don't. I would just like to know your opinion on how this would impact you and how this would elevate you. Being clear, because there's a lot of people say, oh, I'm not clear, I don't know where I stand, I don't know this, I don't know that. But there is a few ways that, without asking them directly, how do you care about me, what do you need from me, what do you want from me, you can decipher where you stand. And sometimes you have to look through the actions and the words. Like, share and subscribe, guys, and I'll be back soon.